Good afternoon, class. So today I will discuss with you guys about theory of marketing research and then link it to the theory of the case study of our team has through. So this is our team member, and now turn to the chapter one. Now I will introduce you about the market research definition. So this is the definition, and I will explain it way more easy for you to understand. So MR is the a way for you to collecting, analyzing, and collecting, identifying, and identify some information and data, and then use it for decision making and define and solving the problem for the business, and also create some new opportunity for the business themselves. So there is two reasons that people usually use MR in the business. That first is about the problem identification. So in this, it will help you identify underlying problem, like by using some research like market potential, market share, market characteristics, and so on. And from turning to the problem solving, so we will use this to address the problem in the business. And we will use segmentation and 4Bs to identify problem and solving it. So market research is very important in the marketing in general. That's right. This is a process of market research. So first is we defining a problem, which I will explain later. Second is developing an approach to the problem. And first, very important, we will formulating a research design. And after finish the design, we will turn into collecting data from the customer. And from that, we analyzing data, and finally we present it to our company and our customer. Yes. So this is our case study. It's P&G, very famous jewelry company in Vietnam. So about the environment in the 2022 to 2023, because of COVID-19, the consumer spending is declining. So P&G needs something to sustain growth and establish a new market and strengthen a connection with their customer. So they choose Valentine's Day as a day to launching a new campaign, and this campaign is General Contract beyond the like proposal campaign. Next. So now I'm going to talk about the how to define problem and approach development process. So first we will do this task, and then we will find detail about the environmental content of the problem, and then we start to define the problem, and then we will identify the management decision problem and marketing research problem. In step 2, we approach the problem by this work that I will talk later, and finally is doing the research design, which is in chapter 3. About the management decision problem, so we have to ask what the decision maker needs to do and focus on the solution. And in the market research problem, we determine how information needed and how it can be obtained. We need to focus on underlying causes. Next. Defining the market research problem have some rules, like you have to allow the researcher to obtain the information needed, and you guide the researcher in proceeding the project. And there's two common errors in this type of error. So sometimes the problem is too broad, so it's not focused on something, and sometimes it's too narrow, so it doesn't have the chance to develop in something bigger. Next. About the research problem, we link it to our case study. So about the management decision problem, there's an example like how P&G can create differentiation from the previous competitor Valentine campaign. And in the question about the marketing research problem, we ask a question like why consumer demand declining, and whether P&G want to create differentiation when launching this Valentine campaign. And about data collection, first we will collect about the market data, which is consumption trend, competitor Valentine previous in the past, and information about the proposal market in Vietnam. And in customer data, we will identify customer attitude, perception, behavior, and and we have to identify customer need and decide why they are choosing proposal jewelry. And finally, we identify our customer segmentation based on our demographic, psychology, and behavior. And we will also use the internal data collected by the previous sale data and information in the previous marketing campaign. And from this data collection, we come to our objective of this case study. So first is we determine the size and potential of the proposal market. We gain insight into the customer need. We evaluate the effectiveness of different messages, and finally we measure the campaign impact on sales and on the BNG role in the after campaign. Turn to chapter 3 about the research design. So this is a framework conducting in the MR project when it care about the detail of the information and use that to structure and solve the marketing research problem. So this is a very important component in the research design, which is with a measurement and scaling procedure, questionnaire design, sampling process, which we'll talk later, and finally is the plan of data analysis. This is a proposal in basic marketing research, which it has separate background. It have to have an objective, clear objective, and then design a research design, and then doing some backwork like budget, human resource, or able sample. Next. And now I will tell you about the difference between target audience and target respondent. So audience is a group of people that it's based on the business market understanding, and they choose based on their thinking, and their respondent is the individual that have collect in this type of group, and it's based on the data collection, and the respondent will be more specific and detailed because they are the select number of people, while audience just a broad diverse of different group of people. So when we work with audience, we receive information, but when we respond, then they provide information for the brand to develop. Yes. So now I will tell you a way to make a research. So first, there are two methods of collecting data. First is quantitative, and second is qualitative. Quantitative is like survey, observation, experiment, while qualitative is about FGD, ID, or sub-lot. And second thing is about length of interview is very important because this is a time when you get to know your target audience or target respondent. Third is about data collection from some platform like Google, from SurveyMonkey, and fourth is about the questionnaire design, and fifth is about the sample process and sample size. About sample process, we will do the random sampling with first we will selection the primary sampling unit. Second, we will selection the block. We will select the household, and finally we select the respondents. About the sample size, the sample size need to rely on the data. It has to have a brand coverage, a brand capital, and incident of research. So a larger size sample size margin error have to be over 5%, and the minimum sample size need to over 75 units. And this is the type error can accidentally happen in the research process. So first is about random sampling error. So like it can be some sample is not choose by be sometimes we choose the wrong sample size. It leads to the total error of the whole campaign. And in the non-sampling error, like when you give somebody a Google form, sometimes they do it not like the inside, they just do it for fun, and sometimes they just don't do it. They just open it and they turn it down. So that's the non-response error. And these are the many things about the response and non-response error. Yes. Now turning to link into the case study of PNG. So our target audience is couple from 22 to 55 years old who are in love, engaged, or having a need of jewelry for their engagement or their wedding. And our respondent is the same, 22 to 55, but they are randomly select couple which are needing for propose and preparing for their wedding. And we will research with quantitative is online surveying, and quantitative we will use the in-depth interview to talk with them. The length of interview is about 5 to 10 minutes, and we in-depth interview is about 30 to 45 minutes. Error is not need to larger than 75 unit, and depend on the money that PNG is capable of doing. Yes. now turning to chapter 4, where I will compare primary data and secondary data. So primary data is collected by a professional researcher, and they do it for a specific purpose for the campaigns. While secondary data, you just collect it in some web or somewhere at the website. So primary data, they have purpose that they are make for the problem at hand, and secondary data is for other problem, but it's close to the problem that we need to solve. Collecting cost is very high with primary, but low for secondary data. And yes, next slide. So this is the advantage and disadvantage of secondary data. So it saves time and money. It easily find on the internet. It track and analyze market trend over time, and there's many different sort of information. So, but when we use secondary data, it might not help with the business current issue, and the objects they must be wrong. Next. No, this is secondary data, and it has internal and external. And internal like the database of the brand, and external like from the government and from the business or your business. Next. Now turning to chapter 5 or 5, I think.
Now we move to is about the qualitative research. It's unstructured research and it's a small sample. And you can see on the slide, it has two main approaches: is direct and indirect. In indirect, we have focus group and deep interview. When the reporter can understand the purpose of the research. And for the indirect, we have also the work society and how P&G used it in the focus group interview. The purpose is the target customer of P&G are comfortable with our own eye and have spent much amount of time together. And this give us about the emotional in marriage. And in the deep interview, we have explored the professional point of view of customer about the late marriage. So on this, we have to message that connected with our customer. Next, please. And in the last chapter 6, is descriptive research and casual research design. We have this is a structure questionnaire is a massive sample of population, specifically designed to gather targeted information from respondents. And this is the last station of research method. Next, and P&G use what type of research? It's use online research to collect the data from the customer when they purchase the jewelry, customer awareness, and also we have face-to-face interview and telephone interview. You can see on this slide. And now, why we choose a combination of the method to reach diverse audience and increase reliability and gathering diverse information. Now, in conclusions, the market research is a combination of business marketing strategy and management, providing a comprehensive understanding of the market, competitor and customer, and enabling the business to make the intelligent and effective decision. And this is our reference. Thank you for listening.